Hey everyone, and welcome back to CTV. My name is Sierra Artemis, and I am your host. Guys, today's episode is sponsored by Out the Barns Entertainment. They're also our guests for today. And man, guys, it's felt like forever since our last episode. But even when I'm gone, I'm always around. So be sure to check me out on social media. That is Sierra Artemis TV on Facebook. I am Sierra Artemis on Instagram, on YouTube. It's Sierra Artemis. Be sure to subscribe and turn those notifications on. I'm also on Twitter. That's Sierra Artemis TV. And you can also check out my website, that's sierraartemis.com. There you can find past episodes, and you can also get information on upcoming episodes as well, guys. So be sure that you're sharing this video with your friends. You can send the link, the YouTube link to your friends as well. Again, make sure you guys are subscribed so that anytime CTV is on, you guys can be a part of it. Again, it's every Saturday at 7 p.m. And, you know, the reason I created CTV is because I wanted to create a space for creatives, entrepreneurs, and business owners and initiatives to inspire others to work towards achieving their goals and their aspiration, guys. And no business can be successful without advertising or the word of mouth, guys. So let's go ahead and let's pull the receipt, guys. All right, so this is how you support a small business or initiative, anything, guys. A shout out is free. Follow on social media is free. To tell somebody, it's free. To engage with their post, it is free. To share their content, it is free, for the grand total of free. Zero. It costs you absolutely nothing. So if your excuse is finances, you're just making excuses at this point, because it is absolutely free to support a small business and your so-called friends. All tea, no shade. So guys, moving forward, I just want to let you guys know where I've been these last couple weeks. I've had the honor to work aside some amazing people for the film Son of a Preacher Man, guys. I have never really worked on a movie set before, besides, you know, like a short film or something like that. But, you know, just the work and the hours that go into making a film has just been mind-blowing, guys. And so today, I have a treat for you all. I have the two lead actors, Destiny Kennedy and Marquise Bird, as well as the writer and director of the film, Dr. Brandon Glover. So I'm just going to bring these guys on the screen. Here's Dr. Brandon Glover. Hi, Brandon.
What up, what up, what up?
I have Marquise Bird, and I also have the lovely Destiny Kennedy. So hello, guys. Thank you all for joining me today.
Glad to be here.
Absolutely.
Awesome. So I'm going to get to you all, but I'm going to start off with the man behind the movie. I'm going to talk to Dr. Brandon Glover. So tell me, what has been the inspiration for this film, and what would you say was your vision for this film?
Thank you for having me first, Sierra. Appreciate you bringing us on the show to be a part of this. Like what you're doing for entrepreneurs and small businesses. It's much needed. So keep grinding, keep it up. Everybody support Sierra, support each other, because this is how we're going to come up. The inspiration for Son of a Preacher Man actually came from a song called Son of a Preacher Man by Dusty Springfield. And I was on the phone with one of my friends one night, and we was drinking some wine and kind of, you know, having a good time talking on the phone. And that song came on, and I actually paid attention to the words for the first time. I'm like, hey, I'm going to write a script on this song. And that was in 2012, you know, and now it's 2021. So 9 years later, here we are. It is a faith-based film. It's based on the premise is based on the prodigal son, story from the Bible, parable by Jesus himself. And it's a modern day version of the prodigal son mixed with Son of a Preacher Man, the lyrics from that. And that's what inspired me to write it.
That's awesome. Awesome. I actually need to take the time to listen to that song because every time I play it, I listen to it and then I go back and I'm like, I forgot to listen to the words. I forgot to listen to the words.
Yeah, the words are important.
Right, right. So who all has been involved with the production of this film?
Oh, wow. Fanatic Productions, Dr. Thaddeus Jones has helped me. COG Entertainment, my best friend, Stanley White, that goes by D-Rock the Block. Shantae Darby, who also has his own media production company here. Ebony Wilson, she has Midnight Crow. Michael McClendon, who's my DP, McClendon Media. I'm probably missing somebody, but it's been a collaboration of production companies here in Columbia. We've really teamed up, and they have been great. Yep, there's Merritt, there's Marquise doing his thing. Merritt Van has been actually a big part of this as well. That's Michael, and yeah, we've all teamed up, and they have been great. They have gotten behind the vision, and they have been truly supportive. So I'm appreciative to all of them and all of the cast and the crew that has been involved to this point.
Okay, awesome. So you said that, this film has been in the works for 9 years, as far as, when you wrote it, but how long have you been filming? How long has filming been going on as far as this year?
So pre-production started pre-COVID.
Okay.
We started in 2019 and was geared to shoot in 2020. But of course, COVID shut that down. So we restarted this year on Memorial Day. Memorial Day was our first day of filming. That was by design because I wanted it to be a memorial event, right? We started this, we're trying to do it big. So I wanted to do it on a day where everybody could remember. So we've been filming since Memorial Day of this year, but it's been in production technically for about 2 years.
Okay, awesome. So when it came to casting roles for Jacob Jackson and Abby King, how do you feel Marquise and Destiny brought these characters to life? What about them?
Oh wow, I honestly can't give them enough credit. I mean, they have been killing it, honestly. Funny story behind Destiny, because Destiny was actually my first choice for Abigail, but at the time, remember I said that we started this pre-COVID. She was in Los Angeles, and she was doing some work out there acting. Yay, I got an LA star in my film. But she was working out there, and she had to humbly decline. We had worked before. We did a film together. She killed it. I wanted her to play the role. She couldn't. So I moved on. I casted someone else, and they got into, because of COVID and wasn't able to shoot the COVID, their schedule got all messed up, and they wasn't able to stay into the role of this film because they just had other obligations, which was fine. She's working and she was doing a thing. So I said, let me call Destiny and just see if she's available now with the whole COVID thing. And she was excited. Here she is. But to answer your question, Destiny and Marquise have really brought the characters, I want to say exactly how I imagine them to be. And I'm being serious with that. Like, I'm not trying to say, just try to pat them on the back and
right, because they're right here.
Yeah, I know, right? No, they have actually portrayed these characters exactly the way I wanted them portrayed. Destiny and Marquise are both just knockout talent, and they're fun to be around. They don't, they take it on the chin, but at the same time, they're motivated and they keep it going. So my talent, just not only Destiny and Marquise, but the talent across the board for the whole movie has just been amazing, and they're really carrying this production. So I'm really excited about seeing them all on screen at one time. Okay,
that's awesome. And good work, guys. So if you are just tuning in, I am here with the lead actors of the Son of a Preacher Man film, plus the man behind the film, Dr. Brandon Glover. We just talked about his inspiration of the film. We talked about the production, and we'll get a little bit more into that further on in the show. But guys, be sure to share this episode right now to your social media pages and follow Son of a Preacher Man on social media as well. I have the website scrolling at the bottom of the screen. You guys can check them out on Instagram. That's soap.film, and on Facebook.com at Son of a Preacher Man movie. So let's move on, guys. I'm going to get into the talent of this film. I want to get a little bit of background information on you guys. So how long have you been acting? Destiny, I'll go ahead and let you take this one first.
I've been acting since I was 9 years old.
Wow.
I've been performing since I was 3. But around the age of 9, I took a break And then I got back seriously into acting when I turned 15. And then I've just been doing it ever since, trying to juggle that and also everyday life and trying to keep my feet in at least a little bit while I'm dealing with everyday life.
Okay, awesome. So Marquise, how about you? How long have you been acting, and what would you say inspired you to act?
Oh man, I started off like a lot of us in music, anything. Like started off in the church. You know, that was my first start at 14. It was my first play called Bound by the Father, and I was like 14. And from there, just seeing people react to me, I played the main role. It was just like, and people gravitated towards me, and I didn't know like what to take from it. Like, am I good? I guess that means I'm good, then, you know. And it kind of just started from there. And from that journey on, honestly, to now, to about, I'll say 2016-ish, I started to, you know, really like, okay, let's take this thing seriously. And I did my first background on Shots Fired, Fox TV, 2016. And from there, I've just been taking it serious from there, yeah.
Okay, awesome. So we're going to talk a little bit about the characters. And Marquise, since we just started, well, since we were talking, tell us a little bit about Jacob and how do you feel you relate to him? And if you do in any way, like how do you relate to your character?
Jacob is a man who, like a lot of us, we go through things, and he goes through some life-altering things that really get him to wake up a little bit, I guess you could say, towards the end. Like the things that happened to him help him get back to his roots, I should say. And I definitely relate to him a lot because, you know, again, like I just said, I started in the church, you know what I mean? So for this to be a faith-based film, you know, it really is something that I can identify with a whole lot. So, yeah.
Okay. How about you, Destiny? How do you feel you relate to Abby, and how are you able to channel her?
I definitely relate to her because Abby has a type A personality where she's used to being in control, which I love being in control. But then I also relate to her on the side of, have you ever been in a relationship that, you know, it has its ups and downs and you're just rooting for that person and, you know, or rooting for them. I feel like everyone's been through that. And so that's relatable all across the board for not just me, but everybody when, you know, you fall in love and it might not work out and, you know, you just wish the best for both of the characters because I think that Abby and Jacob are very lovable characters where the audience will really fall in love with both of them and who they are because, I mean, they're real people, really, because I relate to her so much. And there's someone out there that's like Abby. There's someone out there like Jacob.
Okay, awesome. So do any of you have any favorite scenes that you shot so far? Because I know we're still mid-production. We still have a few more scenes to shoot. So far, thus far, are there any favorite scenes? And anybody can take this one. Anybody can take this one.
I really enjoyed our like lounge / club scene because I had the most fun. I always have fun on set, but I had a really good time with everybody and the music and dancing and all that was really fun to do. We were really active and I can tell about like the air, Brandon.
Yes.
The air went out, so it was extremely hot, but
it was hot.
Everybody was still in the greatest mood and we pushed forward and we really had a good time, even though it was so very hot.
Yeah. and just to piggyback on what Destiny is saying, yeah, that's probably my favorite scene as well because it had so many moving pieces. I mean, we had background dancers, we had live singers, we had these two guys trying, you know, we had bartenders, we had extras, and the air went out in the middle of July in South Carolina. So the fact that, like Destiny said, everybody stayed in good spirits. Nobody left. I was stressing out probably more than everybody else was, but everybody stayed in good spirits. Nobody left. Everybody saw it through the end, and that just meant so much to me because I was a little discouraged about the air going out and feeling like that people would kind of just be over it, you know, and ready to go. But that did not happen. So once again, I'm in debt to these guys and everybody that was involved in that particular scene.
Yeah. And guys, I can attest to it. I was there. I helped a little bit with makeup. Yeah, it was hot in the halls too. It was hot all throughout that building. Like, and I think we were supposed to do 8 to 8 that day. We wrapped at 5 and everybody was like, cool. Yeah. But it was fun. The energy, it literally, while you're working, you're being entertained at the same time. So it was like a business vacation, not vacation, but you know, that type of thing. So yeah. So I'll say that kind of segues into our next question, Dr. Glover, Brandon. So what has been your favorite part about the creative process, and what has been the most challenging part, you would say?
My favorite part about the creative process, honestly, is just really getting into production and filming and seeing what I wrote on paper just on camera. You know, because the creative process started in my head, and to see that, you know, now on film and these guys portraying these characters, man, it's just totally awesome to me. Now the most challenging part is still ahead. Poor Destiny Kennedy, aka Destiny Armani, has to stand in rain, and I mean, we go dump some water on her. She's not happy about it because her hair is going to frizz up. Then she has to get in the back and maneuver. But that is the most challenging part because it requires city permits. It requires us calling the fire department. It requires us talking to the business association downtown. It requires us talking to the people who live downtown. So going through all that, and shout outs to Patrina Williams, who's been helping me with get this done. And we're almost there. We're this close to being there, to the city giving us a go for the permit. But that has been a challenge. And now I'm just challenging Destiny to stand out there and just get all this water dumped on her. I'm going to laugh while
it's going to be some great shots.
But it's going to look great. Yep. You see her face right now? She's like,
not ready for this. Hey, but that's what comes with acting, and all the challenges is what comes with making a film. I think a lot of people might think that making a film is easy. You just get a camera, you get some crew and a cast, and you just get to shooting. But there's so much that goes into it, the legality, the logistics, all of that. It's so much. And I've even learned it's just so much. It's so much paperwork. You know, it's so much that goes into it, but it's all vital. It all helps the film overall. So even the little things that you don't see on camera all really plays a very, very, very major part. So Brandon, again, this one is for you. It's an extension of the first part of this question. So this is your first independent film, correct?
Yes.
You've done other work. So let's talk a little bit about what that experience has been like for you.
It's been what's the
come
phrase
to Jesus.
Yeah, I know, right? It's been bittersweet. It's been bitter because it's all the challenges you just named, and you know, it's just trying to make it logistically happen, but it's been sweet because it's happening.
Right.
So I'm thankful, I'm grateful, number one, because God is allowing us to do this. He's been paving the way. I've literally just dumped all my faith into the project. You know what I mean? And he has provided, you know what I mean? God has, we have not missed a beat. We've had some hiccups, of course, but we're still on pace to really knock this thing out and make it really great. So,
okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to say this. I want to save some things for a second part of the interview whenever production wraps. I want to kind of save that because not only are there challenges, but, you know, there's hiccups. There's things like you said, things that happen. And I think it's really going to be a testimony of this film. You know, it's things that have happened externally that has affected the film, but where it could have destroyed the film, it didn't. And Brandon, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm so grateful that Thank God for backup. You know, let's just say that, and we'll save the rest for another interview. But moving on. So without spoiling the movie Destiny, we're gonna talk a little bit about Abby again. So if you had any advice for Abby without spoiling the film, what would you give? What advice would you give her?
Because there are some areas where
you relate to her too much
may differ, right?
Right.
I think that the advice that I would give Abby, but that I would give women, period, is that when it comes to our heart, though other people might not have wrong intentions, but when it comes to our heart, it's such a fragile thing. You know, from it life flows. That's in the Bible. And so with that, I think that we can't always dive right into a situation. I think we have to take the time to really get to know people. We have to take the time to really get to know ourselves as well. Especially when it comes to relationships, and not just, you know, having a significant other, but even friendships and things like that, because the heart is so fragile. And I think that's really important. That's the advice I would give her. And I think that's the advice and something that comes from this movie is just like how fragile hearts can be, not just on her end, but also on Jacob and the, you know, trials and tribulations he goes through, you know, just guarding your heart.
Okay. I think that's great. That's great. All right, Marquise, what about you? What advice would you give Jacob?
To be honest, it ain't, for me, it's not a whole lot of advice for him, because I feel like he's going through life changes. And I feel like we all go through life changes. We all have things that we go through that shape our lives, and some things may be life altering, you know what I mean? And I feel like for Jacob, if I had to, I would say stay true to yourself, I guess you could say. Really, because he goes through some things that I don't think are so crazy, but it is something that is out of his comfort zone from where he comes from. And I would just say to always be yourself no matter what, because no matter what, you know, God has placed something special on all of us. So it's like in each realm you see Jacob in, he always is going to stick out. You know what I mean? He's one of those type of people. And I feel like that about each and every person, part of this cast, crew, and everything. We all have that stamp to be different. Everyone has something about themselves that stands out. So I would just say, you know, be true to yourself. Be true to yourself more than anything. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. All right, Dr. Glover, what advice would you give a new film writer or someone who's considering creating a film of their own?
Wow, you got time for this? I'm gonna write a book on it.
Okay.
No, seriously.
And you'll be back. You'll be back for that book as well.
I know, right? The advice I would give a new filmmaker, I would say, first, know your craft. Don't try to jump into the filmmaking aspect and try to do everything yourself. Know what you're good at first. If it's writing, then write. If it's directing, then direct. If it's behind the camera, then get behind the camera. And then once you do that, fill the void with people that have, I'm not going to say that have the same skill set, but have the same passion that you have for the project. I've learned that passion will outdo skill any day. I'm still learning that with this particular production. Passion will outdo skill any day. So that's the advice that I would give. Make sure that the people you're working with are just as passionate about the project you are. Now, let me say this. Nobody is going to be 100% as passionate as the person where it birthed from, right?
Right.
Of course, I'm going to be the most passionate because, like everybody say, it's my baby, right? But it's our baby. But just in the sense of, hey, Brandon, or whoever the person may be, I love what you're doing. I want to be a part of this. Where do I fit in? And how can I help? And if they keep that mindset throughout the process of the production, you have a great production. So, but surround yourself with people that cares about the project the way you do.
Okay. And we're going to get the rest in the book, y'all.
Yes.
All right. All right.
Very short version.
All right. A pamphlet, like the New Testament. Just walk around the film Bible. All right, guys. So I want to we're going to go ahead and wrap up. I want to thank you all for joining me today. Thank you for this chat. Thank you for this great information. I want to thank Dr. Glover, Marquise, and Destiny again for joining me today. And be sure to check out all the behind the scenes production of this film, guys. It's on Instagram. Again, that Instagram handle is soap.film and on Facebook, it's Son of a Preacher Man, the movie. And at the bottom of the screen, as you can see, that is the website. So be sure to check out the website as well. And be sure to follow Son of a Preacher Man Film on all social media platforms. That's soap.film on Instagram, Son of a Preacher Man Movie on Facebook. And scrolling at the bottom of the screen right here is the website. Actually, yep, that is the website. That is the website scrolling on the bottom of the screen. And again, that was the two lead actors, Destiny Kennedy, who's portraying Abby King, Marquise Byrd, who is portraying Jacob Jackson, and again, the man behind the film, Dr. Brandon Glover. I cannot wait to see the finished product of this film. I also make a guest appearance as like a poker girl in the film too. So I can't wait to see how that turns out as well. I probably look good and crazy, but guys, check out the film's official Instagram account. Again, I'm telling you this because you guys got to follow it so that you can see these behind the scenes and see what it really takes to make a movie. And we also want to support small movies, small films. Also, I have the actors' information as well. So let me pull that up. I have Marquise Byrd, his IG handle is at actor Marquise Byrd _. And I also have Destiny's, hers is Destiny Armani. And again, I think I have, well, I already told you guys soap.film. So that's good. That's good enough right there. So again, be sure to follow me on social media as well. I am on Facebook. That's Sierra Artemis TV. I am on Instagram. That is I am Sierra Artemis. And on YouTube, Sierra Artemis. Make sure you guys subscribe and turn those notifications on. And I'm also on Twitter, which is Sierra Artemis TV. And you can check out my website, thesierraartemis.com. There you can check out you can check out previous episodes and get information on upcoming episodes. And also, if you're interested in being a guest on my show, be sure to email me. That's info@sierraartemis.com. If you're interested in being a sponsor, you can also check me out on Instagram. You can also email me as well. That's info@sierraartemis.com. Again, it costs you absolutely nothing to support a small business. It costs you absolutely nothing to support a friend or a small business. So guys, make sure you do that without them having to ask you, because it's super annoying when you have to keep asking your friends to share your stuff. If you see it, share it. All right, guys. And that's all for this week's episode. I will see you all next week.